Alright guys, I got a little bit of time today, so I'm going to make a few videos. The first one of my subscribers, his name is Drew11591, I believe. He asked me a question about how long it took me to get all my cages and kind of where I got them. So instead of just sending him a message response back that was really long, I figured I'd make a video on it and show all you guys. I'll put an annotation up for him. He has got some really cool videos, and y'all should go check him out. Yeah, here we go. Most of my cages I've either built or gotten off Craigslist. I'll kind of say that first, and then I'll just kind of start going around the room. This is just a tank that I got in a trade. I don't remember what I traded for. I just remember I got it a while back. I usually try not to do fish tanks, but you know, they're good for some stuff, so it's just something I stole from my parents. Here's the Boaphiles cage. These are super awesome cages. It's got a built-in heat panel in there and everything. It's really messy right now because my boas decided to mess it up, and I still have yet to see them breed. But anyway, I got this. They're good cages. They're decently priced for what they are, but I got mine off Craigslist for $50, and it actually also came with like for free. I got like a 4-level cage, but it was just too heavy, so I ended up giving it to my brother. But yeah, that's a good deal on that one. This one in my black tree monitor cage, I built this one myself. This is probably my best built cage, but there's still like a lot of flaws in it. Like you can see the glass. I had to cut the plexiglass myself, and it's just super jagged. But oh well. These, I got all of these off Craigslist. This one down here I got for like $85, and I got this one a long time ago. This is one of my first big cages. $85. I got these two Visions for $200 for both of them, so that's $100 each, which seems like a lot for a cage, but if Visions are actually really expensive, and usually you have to order them and probably pay like $50 for something this big to ship. So yeah, that's really cheap. I got this one off Craigslist for $150, which is, again, it's expensive, but it's, for what it is, you know, it's probably like half price at least. Yes, that's good. This one right here I actually got at a reptile show. It just doesn't have the glass in it. I think I might actually be trading it to one of my friends because he really needs it. So I might be selling it or kind of trading it for him. But I got that one for $50 without the glass, which is a herp cage, and they make really good cages. So that's really cheap. And I really like the front opening cages for a lot of stuff. This makes life easier. This one, you can see my chameleon's trying to be retarded and climb on the screen right now. Oh, looks like he might be stuck. There we go. This one I built myself. It's super simple, just 2x4s and some screen. It's really crooked, as you can see when it's next to that other one, but it works just fine. Built it for super cheap. Yeah. Okay, moving on. I guess I'll move on to right here. This I built not too long ago. If you've watched my videos, you know that. All it is 2x4s that make up a simple frame. I'll probably use like between 6 and 8 2x4s. So the frame probably cost me about $40 to build, I want to say. Actually, no, the frame cost me even less than that. With screws and everything, it probably cost me like $30 to build it. And then, you know, the tubs, I bought all these tubs for it. And, you know, they probably cost me like $40. So, you know, well under $100 for all, you know, for a nice little rack for... It's not a real rack with heat tape or anything, but it's a nice rack for like bearded dragons and things of that nature. Yeah. And also update, when I showed y'all when I built it, I used super glue to glue the screen on. And the reason this cage isn't here is because the heating lamp, when it gets too close to that super glue, melts it and it falls in. So if you're going to do it, I would recommend using like silicone or something. Don't use super glue. Yeah, okay, these cages, I'm sorry this is going to be a long video. I'm trying to make it as short as possible. These cages up here, this is the first one that I got. When I bought my female Amazon tree boa that's in that cage, she came with this. And it's an awesome cage, but I have no clue who makes it, and nobody I've talked to has any clue who makes these cages. And then a few months, or like maybe a month ago, I found somebody on Craigslist had this and then 3 of those smaller ones. So I got these for, I think it was around $20 each, something like that. Pretty cheap. I think that one was 30 and then the smaller ones were 20 each. So super cheap. And they're really, if you can find them, like I said, I don't know what the name is, but if you can find them, they're awesome cages for like little arboreal geckos and snakes. I'm saving my other one to use whenever my baby Amazon tree boas hatch. I'm gonna put the other one in that. But yeah. Okay, now in here is my rack. I got the rack off Craigslist. You can actually build racks for pretty cheap. I mean, this one's just made out of melamine. That's all it is. Just straight up melamine. It came, I think I paid $90 for it. It was $90 and it came with heat tape and all the shoe boxes. So that's actually a really good deal. The only thing was the heat tape wasn't installed, so I had to wire it and then put it all back there myself, which isn't a bad deal. I had this thermostat that I got for, I don't remember how much, pretty cheap. It's a Renko, but it crapped out on me. So now I'm using one of these ones from Petco. I had a friend that worked there and he had this and sold it to me for $25, and it actually works great. You know, if you can buy them a more expensive one, do it, but this one really works wonderfully. I've had no problems with it at all. Let's see. All these are from pretty much the Container Store, and then when I buy crickets, I get these for my tarantulas. They make great tarantula cages. Yeah, all this is just shoe boxes. I do have a few more out in my living room. I'll show you. Alright, here's one that the scrub python is in. It's this big cage. It's got the two glass sides. It's like 4 foot tall and then 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot. It's really nice. And I got it for, I think, $75 off Craigslist. And here's the fish tank. I got the, let's see, the turtle is in here somewhere. I got this for I think like $80 on Craigslist, which it's a 90-gallon bow front tank. If you know anything about bow front tanks, they are super expensive. And I got the tank and the stand for like $80 because it supposedly had a crack in the seam somewhere, but it still holds water just fine. So yeah, that's cool. And then I got like one more outside that I'm not using yet. I actually have some more at home to show you guys, but I'm not bringing them up to my apartment until I move. I've got this front opening cage. Let's see. Come back inside before it gets too loud. I bought that cage with the 3 other front opening cages. I think I paid $30 for it. So yeah, and then this one actually is the first, when I first bought my geckos a long time ago, I bought this cage with it. So this is probably one of the only cages I've actually bought from a pet store ever. Yeah, so I guess bottom line, how long it took me, I mean, because I really didn't start getting a bunch. I've had reptiles for a good while, but I didn't start getting a bunch until about 2.5 years ago, maybe. So I've probably been collecting cages for about 2.5 years. I mean, here in Atlanta, if you sit on Craigslist, you'll find some good stuff for really cheap. I'm sure it's the same everywhere else. I mean, if you just need a new cage, Craigslist, there's not a nice cage on Craigslist. You know, I see a Vision pop up on Craigslist like 3 times a year maybe. So not very often, but if you're patient and just keep an eye out on that stuff, you can find good off Craigslist. You know, people just really trying to get rid of stuff and need the money. So yeah, if you have any other questions about it, just let me know.